In this video, I'm going to compare Tesla's autopark capability using lines compared to me. So we'll check to see how accurate it is and how fast it is. So let's get started. Got a couple on this side, so I'll hang a little left here. See if we pick anything up. There we go. Okay, we'll start. Wow. It did that one in one shot. Now, granted, there was space open to the left, so I was able to kind of cross over the line a little bit. That was probably the exact same thing I would do. Not too bad, a little slow, but probably slightly slower than I'd do it. Let's get out and check the measurement. All right, it is cold and windy, so we'll see here. We've got about 14 inches there. About 13 inches there. We're at about 11 inches there. And about 10 inches there. And I'd say we're roughly 17 inches from the line, maybe a little less. See how I can do compared to it. All right, starting now. And I can already see that I messed up. And that was not intentional. I just didn't pull as far forward as it did. Okay. All right, so we'll have to see how those compared. Okay, see how I did. I'm at about 9 inches on this side. 13 on that side. A little over 16 on this side, front. About 10 and a half there. And probably about 10 there, about. All right, let's see if we can find another spot here that it'll select. Oh, there we go, it's already got one. So we'll go ahead and start. There's even some ice in this spot. Pretty slow. Kind of got some sun in that right camera. See how it does that. All right. All right, left rear, about 13. Left front, it's about 13. Definitely a tighter spot with the cars here. Right front, 15 inches. Right rear, 13. You can see here, big gap. And I think that the line of snow there actually tricked it into thinking that was the back of the spot. So we've got probably About 44 inches, so like just over about 3.5 feet or so of space there. It's still in the spot, but definitely a big gap there. I'm sure that line of snow tricked it. Okay, I'm gonna now try to get in that same spot, see how I do compared to autopark. Alright, so it's closer to this side. It's pulled up about this far, I think. Out there, yeah, the park thing has come up, and I will see how I can do here. All right, let's see how I did from a measurement perspective. All right, this is the front left, about 14 inches. Left rear, about 13 inches. Right front, 13 inches. Wow. And then right rear, just under 13, about 12 inches. And then from the back, we're looking at about 16 inches. So the snow didn't trick me. All right, let's try some spots that might be hard to see because of the sun. See what it does here. I can barely see. All right, let's go around the other side here. See if it picks anything up. There we go. We got one. Let's go ahead and start. See how it does. Oh, auto park canceled. Uh-oh. Haven't seen that before. See if we can get it to restart. Nope. Alright, let's try a little further down here. I think the sun was the real problem here. Going up the hill, it couldn't detect any lines. Going down the hill, it did detect some, but overall it seemed to have some problems detecting lines with the steep angle of the sun. Try it one more time over here. See if we get a parking spot again. There we go. Got one. Alright, it's on the left side, so see how it does. That was weird. Yep, that's broke. It does not know what it's doing. That's bizarre. That is the first time I've ever seen anything like that. See if it can fix itself. Okay. Not happy with that. All right, so we're pretty close to this car to the left of us here. I don't think I'm gonna compare myself to that one because That was just weird. All right, let's try that again. Try this right side. See what we get down here. All right, we got one. It's on the right side. Let's give it a try. All right, let's see how it did from a measurement perspective. All right, this is front left, 12 inches. Rear left, about 8.5. Rear right, we're looking at about 16. And front right, we're looking at about 13. That looks about right. About 16 and a half to 17. Okay, now it's my turn. Try that same spot. So there's 2 spots past this truck. So let's see. I'll pull up where I think I need to. Alright, let's see how I did in comparison. Alright, this is front left, about 12 inches. Left rear, about 13. About 13 inches from the line. Right rear, about 11.5, 12. And right front, looking at about 13. So let's take a look at the numbers. Of the 5 tests I did, 2 of them didn't work out quite right, so I didn't put those in here since one didn't start and one kind of did something wonky, and I didn't want to measure that. So if we look at the front and rear variance and then the average, you can see that it's 1 inch for Tesla and 1.5 for me in the front. And then the rear, it's 1.75 for the Tesla and 0.67 for me. And what that really equates to, based on how I was measuring it, is they are basically identical. Looking at the rear distances, they're pretty close to each other for tests 1 and 3. I'm generally a little bit closer to the line than the Tesla is. And then test 2 had that line of ice on it. Here are the measurements from a graphical representation, and again, if you look at the right for the average, it's basically negligible. The interesting part is that I thought autopilot was significantly slower than I was at parking. However, in the first test, it actually beat me by 5 seconds. In the second test, I beat it by almost 2 seconds, and then in the last test, I was significantly faster by about 13 seconds. But if you look at the average, our difference over those 3 tests was only about 6.8 seconds. So it's pretty comparable to how I was parking. Now, I wasn't parking aggressively. I wasn't trying to really rush it into the spot. I was doing it what I would normally do. So autopark, though it seemed slower, was actually pretty much on par with how I park, if not just a little bit slower. I hope this was useful and a good comparison of auto park versus a person. Thanks for watching.